Conehead, right? Conan. You gonna lay down right there, cat? You got it? Do you got it, kitty? Do ya? Do ya? All the creatures, great and small, gathering in one place, doing the creature thing. Oh, and here comes the little one. How about bring in one more, kitty? Come on. Come on. Okay, here we are, everybody. So look at that. Oh, they're all here. I am Dr. Doolittle. Ha ha! I speak to the animals. Ha! Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Sorry I didn't do a show yesterday. Miss Thing here, she had this like floppy blue cone, and she could get her tongue on the other side of it, licked open her wound, and created a murder scene in our living room. So we had to rush her off to the vet, where they, put a bigger cone on her and cleaned her up, and we're like, okay, hopefully this will work. So now she's bonking into things like Juggernaut and hates life big time. But hey, she's only got a week of it. So there we go. Right, Conehead? Yeah, I know, life sucks. Like, why is this happening to you? That's basically the look on your face every day is like, why is this? What did I do to deserve this? Like, what kind of karma did you bring upon yourself? Was it all those bunnies and squirrels, monkey? Was it? Is that what we got going on? So anyway, yeah, I got the fat cat, we got the little cat, we got everything going on. The news is we are being inundated, just absolutely destroyed with information at the moment. It's just flooding. We're overwhelmed. Financial news, BYON bought Baby, bye Baby, from Dream on Me, and Dream on Me had about a $5-10 million loss on it. So weird things are going on there. Granted, remember, Dream on Me, or Bye Baby, was a $1.5 billion a year company, now down to $35 million a year. So all you're getting out of it is the name, but they're bringing it back into the fold. And they got a cat in a box here that's just, kitty, stop flopping around. But BYON is talking about doing a tokenization of Baby, putting it on T0, so splitting it off of BYON, and creating a subsidiary that's tokenized stock that can't be repeated or whatever. Like it's going to be interesting to see where that goes. Basically doing what we've told GameStop to do for 3.5 years now, 4 years. But then there's the rumor mill that GameStop is going to purchase BYON and get all of their subsidiaries, because BYON is freakishly cheap right now at about $380-400 million for everything. Essentially getting everything that Bed Bath & Beyond was unencumbered, names, trademarks, all that stuff, for pennies on the dollar. There's no nothing. Jesus Christ, cat, dude. Get out of the box. Get out of the box. Get out of the box. Out of the box. Out of the box. There we go. Leave the box alone. Leave the box alone. We're just going to put the box up here, where the box can live. Okay. So, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So, BYON stock price has basically doubled since its low in December. I'm very curious to see what their plans are with this. Just tokenizing a subsidiary and putting it onto T0 alone is enough to cause probably a squeeze on that stock price. Okay, so we got that. Dude, is everything just a fucking game to you, kitty? Come on, get out of here. Then the mind-boggling news is the economy is well into crashing yesterday morning because Trump was about to levy 25% blanket tariffs on Mexico and Canada. So the market opened, it was like down 700 points. It was going to crater further. Then all of a sudden, Trump is like, I'll wait a month, and then whoop, everything starts going back up again. He's yo-yoing the entire U.S. economy with these arbitrary punishment decisions on our friends, on our allies. It makes me believe that he bought a bunch of puts, sold those puts, bought a bunch of calls, reversed his choice. Because all Mexico and Canada did was they sent him basically a press release like, look at the things we're going to do. And he was like, very good. You listen to me. Which were things they were already doing. It's like, oh my gosh, we're going to send some more troops to the border. And Trump was like, excellent. But they already had the plans to do that. So what do you really win in that thing? Nothing. All he did was yo-yo the economy. Now he's talking about tariffs on Taiwan, tariffs on the EU. Camera, what the hell? Dude. This is insane. What the what? You can't be doing this and like have the other camera just not work, man. This isn't cool. Come on, dude. If I slap you around some, you seem to kind of behave. So don't you fucking... Oh my gosh. You cheap piece of Chinese garbage. Come on, man. Just don't do that. Just be cool. Be cool. Right? We're cool. Right? Okay. Can anything go right? Please, for the love of God, can anything go right in this world? Can anything go right? Can just gestures at everything? Can anything just fucking go right? Okay. Camera's working-ish for now. Sip of water. Calm your nerves. Okay. Yeah, and Elon, basically they closed down USAID, which is the U.S. Agency for International Development, which is the State Department's ability to do soft power around the world. Like, basically, how to win friends and influence people. Oh my goodness, there's a village that's flooding in your country. Well, let us build you a dam. Oh no, there's a virus outbreak. Let us get you some vaccines. Oh, are your people starving? How about we feed them, right? It's very easy, soft power to win influence around the world and be seen as the good guy. And we just cut its nards off to shove it into a pool, hogtied, and it's drowning. The thing is that Trump and Elon do not have the constitutional authority to do anything about USAID. It is independent of the presidency. It was made so by law from Congress in the 1990s. But they still have killed the agency. Basically locked everyone out, stopped distributing grants to any NGOs. We have folks that are sitting on vaccines and like AIDS drugs around the world, and they've been told you are not allowed to do anything with that. And some of these NGOs and some of the USAID workers are trapped over like, fuck this. We're not going to make sure hundreds of children starve in South Sudan. We're going to feed them with the food we have. And the Trump administration is like, we're going to send you to jail or whatever. But and Elon sent a bunch of teenagers into the Treasury to attach who knows what servers, hard drives to the most sensitive financial data and personal data in our nation, while simultaneously announcing they're creating a sovereign wealth fund. Now, I'm somebody who has advocated for a sovereign wealth fund for the United States for a very long time. The thing is that the president can't just arbitrarily be like, I'm creating a sovereign wealth fund, and then steal all the money from the fucking Treasury and put it into your sovereign wealth fund that's managed by the president. That is not how any of the purse strings or constitutional powers work in this government. This is straight up Putin-era dictator shit, where they're going to steal everything from everyone and enrich themselves and create a mafia state. Now, if you're going to create a sovereign wealth fund, Congress goes, how about we create a sovereign wealth fund and budget a certain amount of money to go into it? And then you have a non-political director who manages the fund, and that's all that happens. You don't all of a sudden hook a bunch of hard drives to the Treasury, stop paying your bills, and then put all the money into the president's sovereign wealth fund. No, that's just straight up theft. And that's what they're doing. Straight up theft. So there's boatloads of lawsuits going on. So many lawsuits. They're suing the Treasury. People, USAID, the halt on USAID was of USAID funding and lockouts was halted by a federal court judge, and the Trump administration has done nothing about following those court orders. They don't give a shit about the rule of law. They don't give a shit about the court orders. They're going to do whatever they want because what they're trying to do is consolidate power into a dictatorship. So, on the good news, on the good side, forgot to mention this. Today, Schwab, if you had your Bed Bath & Beyond Q shares in Schwab, you may have seen that all of a sudden your shares are worth $100.13 a share. So if you had 10,000 or more shares in your account, you had more than $1 million all of a sudden in value, and then suddenly that disappeared. So the glitches be happening. Like this thing was deleted over a year ago. Why did it suddenly show up with a very exact value? So if they, maybe we'll be able to get the money to GTFO when things get too bad and take our friends and family with us and afford somewhere where we can go into hiding or something. But hey Katie, stop with the jingles, dude. That's really annoying on the microphone. Yeah, so pretty dog stuck in a cone. Yes, hating life so much. Turn off the intro, ding dong. Okay, we have a monkey dog treat, please, from Cameron Mirza. Of course we can do a monkey treat. We're gonna put it into basically she has a hopper now. I just fill it with dog food and just tilt her head back until she gobbles it all up. You want me to feed the hopper, monkey? You haven't had pigs here in at least a week, right? So how about we do that? Don't drop it. You're gonna drop it. Don't. If you're gonna go down there, it's gonna be hard for you to get back up. Oh no. Okay, well, she can eat down there. I don't know. If it's once she crunches on the floor, I don't think she can actually reach it with her face because of the cone. So maybe she can. We'll see. We'll find out. Okay. Well, thank you, Cameron. All right. To the chat, where we'll see where it goes from here. Brandon Wells first again with a sup. Sup are selling No Lab. I mean, at this point, it's fucking worthless from where I stand. I know that No Lab's protesting the decision to delist them, but the damage has been done at this point. Yeah, I don't know how they bounce back from this other than just sticking it to them all and getting approval for their device from the FDA. At this point, the FDA should be able to rubber stamp anything because it has no leadership. And when it does have leadership, it's gonna be led by a whole bunch of grifters who will take bribes. So yeah, so there you go. A Dig Dug Doink super chats for Monkey Butt Fund for Doggy Charity. All right, Monkey, see, look at that. Did you get that last piece, or are you stuck down there? You need help? Yeah? Monkey Butt. Monkey Butt. Want to come up? Yeah, Monkey. Hey, Cone Dog. I know. There's a box there. Come on, you gotta get around the box. Hey, there you go. Come on. Oh, there it is. One more. There you go. Come on. Right here. Don't go that way. Come here. No, don't go over there. Come here. Yeah, right there. Wait, Monkey. I know. Right here. There we go. Show everybody how you get up. Come on. You got it. One more jump. Buddy. You got it. Hey, woohoo! You did it all on your own. Yay! Hooray! Yes. Look into the camera and your little sad dog cone face. Oh, I know. That's what you get for licking, though. You can't lick wounds. I know. Half of like wild doggy deaths are them licking their wounds and getting their grubby little tongues in there, cleaning all the good stuff and infecting everything. So you just gotta cone it up. It's all right. In 8 days, you get those sutures out, and we're cool. Okay. All right. Brandon Wells, did you hear about the $100 share for BBYQ glitch? Yes, it is a wonderful glitch. Wonderful glitch. Let's keep the glitches coming until we can capitalize on one of them. Bitcoin shockwaves across the world economy, uncertainty, unforeseen consequences. Yeah. Sowing chaos is the best way to consolidate power because you have everyone who is in power going, what the hell do we do? And then you have the rest of the people who are just too stupid to do anything about it, like, whoa. And it's going to be the frog in the slowly boiling water situation where all of a sudden they'll be like, oh, all the houses aren't worth anything. I'm underwater on my mortgage. Eggs are $65 a dozen. I can't afford gasoline. This sucks. Damn Democrats. And that's what's going to happen. Lisa Saw. Saying lots of love to Monkey Butt. How's recovery going? The recovery is going well. I am completely sleep deprived. every couple hours the alarm goes off, and I've got to like scoop some peanut butter and stick some pills on there to feed it to her. Make sure it doesn't lick the pills off. If she does, I got to shove it in her mouth. And then I go back to bed, and the alarm goes off in 2 hours. And then I have to go get a giant meal of like venison goo, and then I put some pills on top of that and feed it to her. And she goes, nom, 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 nom. And I go to sleep again. And then 2 hours, the alarm goes off, and I take a scoop of peanut butter, put a couple pills on there. And so I'm getting no sleep. It's like I have a newborn, waking up to breastfeed them every 2 hours, all day, every day. But you know what? It's good. Well, I will put up with a couple weeks of bad sleep so that my monkey butt can live. It's all right. And Lisa saw mid-air collisions are quite rare. Would the victims have died instantly in the fireball, or imagine surviving the blast but then crashing into the river? Probably yes to both. There'll be some that would have gotten hit with shrapnel, helicopter rotator blades, things like that. And those that did survive that had, 5 absolutely horribly agonizing seconds while they went into free fall and smashed into a river below, which then absolutely just, the impact probably just killed everybody because you're at probably hundreds of G's of impact force at that point, and it would just snap every bone in your body. So it is not a good way to go at all. I would not want to be the person who has to go through that. It'll be 5 terrifying seconds, and then that's it. Chris 9, hey Houston, I wish good health and recovery to your dog. Market crash soon. We need extra strategy from this nightmare. RC and RK, please come back. And RC, send that merger man. Send the fucking merger man. But don't do it until after tomorrow. I get paid tomorrow, and I can do some plays then. So just wait until after tomorrow when I get my paycheck. So Thursday, you guys can like start worrying about that. Yeah, it'd be really nice to have BBBY all of a sudden pop up at $100. Could do it with 1.5 million. That's enough to get a very nice house in Spain or Italy and live off the proceeds until I die. I could do that. On entity, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Pluto has just collided with Neptune and something terrific's happening. No? But let's look that up. Pluto collides with Neptune. I don't think that has happened. No, Pluto never collided with Neptune because of orbits. Yeah, they're in a 2-3 orbit. So Pluto is behaving strangely and something terrifying is happening. This is from actual space from February of last year. No, I think somebody is messing with you, because the way Pluto and Neptune's orbits are is that Pluto's orbit is dictated by Neptune. So Neptune is in a more circular-ish orbit, still ellipse, but it's more circular-ish orbit, and it's fairly steady. While Pluto is in elliptical orbit, and every once in a while Pluto actually crosses inside Neptune's orbit because of its steep elliptical orbit. But for every 3 times Neptune does an orbit, Pluto does an orbit twice. Basically, it's a 2-3 orbit, or 3-2, however you want to call it. And basically, Neptune tells Pluto where it's going to go with its gravitational forces, and it's dictated that for billions of years. So I don't think there's some weird chance that in this little sliver that human beings have been alive, all of a sudden after 4.55 billion years of Neptune telling Pluto what to do, that all of a sudden they would crash. Especially when the orbits are like 240 years. Yeah, they're nowhere near each other. I think someone's pulling your leg on that one. Ludicrous speed. It seems to me like RC might be shutting down RC Ventures so he can start up Teddy. Doesn't need both, so transfer the shares out of RCV temporarily. As good a theory as any. I do think that the polling from RC Ventures in putting into his name is definitely a merger and or taking things private type move. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to try and purchase as many call options, because implied volatility is really low right now. If we can look at the implied volatility here. GME options chain. Oops. I'll help you if I do GME and not GEM. GME. There we go. Okay. Let's look at this bad boy real quick. Okay. So these are the weeklies. But even though the weeklies are like 50% implied volatility, that is freakishly low. If we look at end of February, the monthlies, we're still at 58, 60% for these suckers. The price does not get lower than this. This price right here, $1.43 for 20 cents out of the money for a month from now. This is cheaper than weeklies were last month. If it was Friday and you wanted to buy at the money options for the following Friday, you're paying $1.80. So this is cheaper than weeklies were a month ago. You look at the end of March, which is a big monthly one. You're still at $2.89, 2 months out. And the other big one is April, and you're at $4. Implied volatility is still well below 100%. Cheap, 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 cheap. This means if you were to buy these April ones, you're spending $365 per call option, that when March comes around and the earnings are coming, the implied volatility shoots up to 200-300% plus. These things will still be worth $4 or more. So you're probably not going to lose any money on them in the long term. And there's a chance that the price will climb, $3 to $6, shoot back up here before earnings. And right now, if you are $6 up, so go at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you're at $700. So you can add $300 in premium plus whatever implied volatility is. You might be at $1,000 or more on these guys. That is, of course, if Trump doesn't levy a whole bunch of tariffs and absolutely kill the business model of every retailer in the entire country by jacking up their prices insanely. Because let's face it, if you're a video game company, almost everything you get is from outside of the United States. So why would you vote for that? Anyway, but assuming tariffs aren't going to absolutely ruin everything, we're at a pretty good low right now. It's been trying to bounce off 25. I don't think there's much room for it to do much, to go much lower, especially with as much cash on hand they have. So this is probably, probably going to flutter around here for a while until news happens. So I'm probably going to pick up maybe these Aprils, maybe end of March, and see. And then, if implied volatility goes up, maybe I'll reset and for a later date sell and reset. I don't know, but this stuff is very cheap, especially those February ones. Those are insanely cheap right now. So, I'll ponder on it. I get paid tomorrow afternoon, so then Thursday I'll see what happens at open. Danny Moots, Houston, happy birthday. Hey, monkey. I need a GME win soon. Don't we all? Just pull the trigger, man. Pull the trigger. Lisa saw treats for all the pets, please. Haven't seen Kitten for a while. Well, she was here, and she's asleep on the other side of the desk on the floor right down there. So she's here. Do we need another monkey treat? Do you want another one, monkey? Yeah? No? Yes? Yeah, okay, that looks like a dog wants another pig here. Right? The cone of desire. You got it? There you go. Nice, she's learned to keep it inside her mouth. Don't let it fall through the cone. There you go, there you go. Oh no, there, oh! Here. There you go. Alright. And then the cats don't have anything because they managed to tear open the catnip bag and ate all the catnip at some point and probably destroyed half the objects on shelves in this house. So, woo. Lisa saw. Oh, we did that one, didn't we? Yes, we did that one. Joe Smimmy, all rise. Hazel, hey, Houston. I hope all is well. Did you see that BYON says they bought baby? Does that mean RC sold and our shares aren't coming back? Thoughts? No. There's still the Knowles, which are worth billions. So if you want to do some sort of reverse merger, SPAC, etc., you're going to want those Knowles. So there's still a huge player. Plus, the liabilities for BBBYQ are about $2 billion. The potential payouts from creditors and lawsuits is over $4 billion. So you're looking at a $2 to $2.5 billion windfall for shareholders. Meaning, after they pay off all the debts and they pay off all the liabilities, there'll be $2 to $2.5 billion that'll get distributed out to all the shareholders, which comes to, like, depending on the share count, $10 to $20 a share. So there's some real money there. And if there's some sort of reverse merger debt play where creditors are like, I'll do a credit bid, they could wipe out billions of that liability immediately and pass equity on to bondholders. And then all of a sudden you might have zero debts to worry about and $4+ billion in excess cash that will go to people. So there's a way to get through it. Now, the rumor mill has it being that BYON took baby to all these things, but they're so small right now, market cap wise, that GameStop with their $4.5 billion just gobbles them up and puts them into the umbrella of Teddy. Again, no proof for that. All speculation and rumor mill and hope springs eternalness. But hey, here we are. Glitches be crazy. See, oh my god, with nub. See, oh my god, dude with nub. BYON bought the snake skin, not the snake. That's a good way of putting it. Colin says, cheers everyone. Wealth Grader, Houston, what's up with Marcus and Bye Bye Baby IP purchase? Again, like, they're doing something. They're definitely going to tokenize it and put it onto T0. I think they're going to put it on T0 as basically an experiment to see what it does to the rest of the market. So, wait and see. Rose Moon, hello Houston and chat. I'm so exhausted from working and going to school both full-time, but I'm eating a pretzel dog right now and watching Houston stream, so I guess it could be worse. There you go. Things are looking up. Like, you could be missing a leg that you had a week ago, right? But you still, you champion on with a giant funnel head. Hey Monkey, ever done a beer bong? Okay. Wealth Creator, do you trade meme coins? I do not. In 2021, I bought a couple $100 of 10 different shit coins, and 2 of them paid off. Shiba Inu paid off. I think I turned that $100 into like $6,000, and then Saitama coin briefly paid off, but I gave the $100 turned into like $3,900. And the next day I was like, it's going to be big because they're going to announce their app. And then everyone got drunk at their party and then never announced an app. And then all of a sudden, I think it's worth like $14 now. So, but the other shit coins, nothing happened with them. And that's basically the last crypto I ever bought. So, Andrew Stewart, Houston. What do you predict for a U.S. version of Reichstag fire? That's actually a good question, because you're going to want to put the fear into everybody to consolidate and rally around the new dictator, right? So, who is Trump going to sacrifice for that? Who is he going to sacrifice? Honestly, I don't know. Would he be willing to blow up an arm of Congress? Yeah, well, I wouldn't put it past him. the question is, can these doofuses keep it quiet long enough? Remember, all these guys have drug problems, drinking problems, pathological liar problems, sociopathic problems, and I don't know if they can like keep their lips sealed. They have the horrendous mistake of putting everything into writing that they're going to do. They keep notes on everything. They publish an entire book called Project 2025 that outlines everything that they're going to do. So they like to brag. Like the whole reason why the protesters at the insurrection weren't all packing AK-47s and stuff was that they thought the National Guard was going to come and help them out. And so they're like, hey, man, we don't need to pack because a whole bunch of guys in green will be coming. And then they didn't. And they're like, oh, no. So there's a lot of hubris there. And they want to telegraph what they're going to do so they can be like, see, you couldn't do anything about it. So although we are evaporating our intelligence infrastructure to be able to do things about this. You know, they're firing all sorts of people at the FBI. If you were an FBI agent tasked to a January 6th case, which remember there's 1,600 of them, so you're looking at hundreds or thousands of FBI agents having to do investigations, you're getting fired right now with no just cause. It is purely a political retribution. So these are folks that may have had experience undercover in some of these organizations, maybe running confidential informants that are undercover in all these organizations. So you're basically cutting off the ability of intelligence gathering for the FBI and other law enforcement agencies that might be monitoring these white supremacist groups that would do shit like this. Because it won't be like Trump ordering some, captain in the army to go blow up Congress. It's going to be Trump and his acolytes convincing a militia group from, East Bumfuck, Pennsylvania to go in and do something like that. So, yeah. Well, going for the floor? All right. Sad Cone Dog. Cone Dog the Barbarian. Cone Dog O'Brien. Yeah. Nanamarth, got a member chat. Can you explain your bird, not a bird theory? Well, it's not bird, not a bird. It's that there's only 6 kinds of birds in existence, with a couple subcategories. You have chicken, not a chicken. Seagull, not a seagull. Crow, not a crow. And that's it. Every bird falls under that category. So name a bird. I'll tell you which one it belongs to. And there's hybrids. I'll be honest. Like what you see as a bald eagle is actually a Kriegel. It's half seagull, half crow. Put those together, bald eagle, right? A penguin. A penguin is a chick gull. It's half chicken, half seagull. Put those suckers together, penguin, right? That's all you need. That's all you need for classifying birds. You don't worry about all the songs and little. They're all chickens, not chickens. Seagulls, not seagulls. Crows, not crows. That's it. Nuthatch is not a crow. Done. Ta-da! And my 2 best friends are both ornithologists, and they fucking hate my bird system. Hummingbird? Hummingbird's not a crow. Easy. Crested booby? A crested booby, depending on how you view it, a crested booby is not a seagull. So, there you go. Ta-da! See? I can classify any bird out there. You cannot fool me. I got this. And the thing that pisses off my ornithologist friends is that when I say seagull, not a seagull, they're like, a seagull isn't even a species of bird. They're gulls. I'm like, seagull. It's my system. Okay. Cedar waxwing, not a crow. Albatross, not a seagull. So easy. See? We got this. My system is impenetrable. All right. Buzzard, Buzzard is not a crow. Hostile Takeover wants to know my thoughts on GME. Do you think we'll one day see MOS? Basically, they have probably 2 months at the most to get this done. If you don't get this done 2 months, everything is going to be so fucked with tariffs and other hostilities that it won't matter anymore. Everything's just going to collapse and then poof. So, Big Bird's not a chicken. You look at Big Bird, you go, that's not a chicken. Done. Donald Bird. Well, man, you're talking about Donald Duck? Donald Duck is not a seagull. Or is there someone named Donald Bird? Emu's not a chicken. Duh. You should be able to figure this out for yourself by now. It's pretty obvious. No, the jazz musician? Let me look at Donald Bird here. Donald Bird, I would say Donald Bird's not a chicken. He's got a big old beard, therefore that's a waddle. I would say not a chicken. Yeah. Larry Bird is definitely not a chicken. Yeah. Cassowary is not a chicken. Yeah. Basically say, does it fly? And if the answer is no, then it falls under not a chicken category. Unless it's a chicken. Then it's just a chicken. So, your Rhode Island Red, chicken. Your foie gras goose, not a chicken. But a Canada goose is not a seagull. So, there you go. And Larry Bird is an ostrich-shaped person, therefore he's not a chicken. Because an ostrich is not a chicken. I can feel the math burning off of some of your heads right now. Okay. Robert Armstrong, hello from the 51st state. Hope your governor's doing fine. Marcella Giordano, oh, it's good to see Monkey. She's doing well. She is. She's a little floor dog. B-Ball3710, is there any stock market that's worth investing into now, or is it just steer clear because everything is overpriced? Unless you got your meme plays, you hope things are going to go. At this point, I say put everything into like bonds, gold, stuff that's going to be a little more stable, get you 5-6% year over year, so you beat inflation just a little bit, because it's going to be doing this until Trump finally figures out everything. I think if Trump's going to create the sovereign wealth fund, he's going to want to crash everything first so he can buy everything up cheap. And that way he can have everything. Yeah? That way he can Putin this thing and own everything, be the richest man in the entire world, because he'll control the entire U.S. Treasury. So, yeah. Rosate spoonbill. If it's a spoonbill, it's not a seagull. Yeah. Artemis, yeah, I love bird classification class. Professor Wade, it's my favorite class. Yeah, spoonbills are not seagulls all the way. They are comical dinosaur, not seagulls, with goofy ass faces, but they're not seagulls. Yeah. Investing in bongs actually sounds like a decent, but yeah, buy bongs, brah. Bong or not a bong? Hostile takeover Houston. What's happening with No Labs? Is it going to be delisted? It already has been delisted. It's been delisted. It's on the OTC right now. It's gone from KNW as a ticker to KNWN, like they were before they went to the New York Stock Exchange. They released a press release last week saying they're going to fight it and hopefully, figure out how to get back. But it's probably going to come down to a lot of lawyers doing things. It does seem to me that Lynn Partners is probably trying to get them into a debt spiral, and Ron Ron probably should have listened to a lot of you guys being like, don't do it. Figure out a different way to get financing. So I know the hope had been a year ago to have the FDA approval filing now. And now they're saying it's going to be next year. So they need to get this done. They need to get the FDA permitting process going, or else that's going to be it. Because their stock is worth nothing. I mean, somebody can come in, do a hostile takeover, buy up all their IP and their amazing patents for almost nothing, take over the company, kick all the scientists out, and then that's that. So Ron's got to do something. And hopefully we'll have him on, but it probably won't be until after the shareholder meeting. So end of March, beginning of April, we'll probably get him on. Jika Shukla, Super Chats. Was there some Ryan Cohen announcement last week about a stock? Yes, all of his stock was held at Ryan Cohen Ventures, and he transferred it into his own name. So it's owned under him personally and not under his family fund anymore. So there we go. Now, some examples of when that's been done, like Michael Dell did that. He took all of his Dell stock, took it from his family fund, put it into his own name, and then took Dell private, rejiggered everything, and then relaunched the stock. There's also been instances where it's been used for like merger acquisitions that way. So there's the fact that he did that on the anniversary of the sneeze, kind of important. So yeah. We'll see what happens from it, I guess. Oriana Mosca is sending her love to Monkey Butt. Monkey Butt, you hear that? You loved, buddy. And Raisinate Houston, help us. We're falling apart. Hearts for Monkey. Black Udon, leave Kitty Box alone and happy birthday. Well, Kitty is still asleep over on the other side of the desk, so we're good. Michael Mystery Houston, pretty sure. Oh, this is from the Michael Mystery collection. I forgot to announce that. I did some organizing of the room. I got half the room cleaned over here. I put some bookshelves in to... You guys send me a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff like I can't use until camping time or whatever. Or some things are kind of redundant, and they're growing piles. So I've got a big old bookshelf going over here now. So I call it the warehouse. And I can figure out what can be used, what I can find friends who might want to use it, things like that. What could be repurposed. So now I've got like a clear pathway to one of the shirt closets finally, and I found a bunch of shirts that I had in the warehouse. So now I get to wear them. So yeah. Okay. Galena says time to buy BYON. It depends on when they're gonna do that launch. So yeah, if you want to get those tokenized shares, and my guess is they'll probably 10x upon getting that. It might be some good times. Dan Sullivan, Robert Armstrong, Canadian. Some of us know what a great friend Canada is. It's true. On Fountain says shorts attack. Sven Bro, the Matrix is breaking down. Black Udon puts on camera stock. Max Headroom glitch. It was doing a weird glitch when I did on, was it Saturday or Friday? One of those days I did a GeoGuessr, and it was definitely like max headrooming. I could take the cat and move her around, and she like bounce from spot to spot and like go back again. It was pretty spectacular. Lol, get hacked, nerd. Timu camera. Turkish has monkey butt. Rest can go fuck themselves. Yeah, monkey butt is resting. She's not fucking herself, but she tried. Worth buying calls on Beyond? Probably. What's Beyond's BYON options chain? What's the options chain looking like for Beyond here? So the price went up to 968. Last Thursday, Julius like getting Beyond, and I was like, I don't have anything to get Beyond with. And I mean, right now implied volatility is getting up there. It's 289. This is the weeklies. So if we look farther out, I don't know, March 21st, a couple months. I mean while implied volatility is at 150, it's only $1.95 right now. That's not too shabby. There's some big jumps because There's not yet at dollar increments or 50-cent increments. It's at 250 increments. So not too shabby. I mean, it's at 968. You can buy basically at the money for $1.90. Might be something to think about, you know, especially if there's some sort of announcement in the next 2 months. How much further out can you go? You got next is June. Even June, 285, looking 4 months out, 4.5 months out. That's not a bad price point at all, especially for a stock that's already doubled since December. So if you bought this sucker here, you probably bought that at $1. Now you're at $5. So you made $400+ off of that since December. Not too shabby. Might be a good price. It's still a pretty good price point even with implied volatility the way it is. So yeah, I think if you look at months out, not too shabby. If it felt like there was an announcement impending soon, you might be able to buy something sooner. But it took them 2 years to get to this point, so you might want to look further out on those things. Seagill, happy birthday. Still playing UVXY calls for S&P dips and SVIX for the rebounds. I hope you sold Monday morning and you reversed everything then. Beck's cone of shame. Poor monkey. Oh, dude. She is not figuring out that this cone hits things and she's just juggernauts through everything. I'm afraid that she's going to like go down the stairs, hit the cone, and just do somersaults down the stairs. So I try to at least watch her. And then going up the stairs is very hard for her because she has to look at the stair, which causes the cone to hit the stair, which causes her to stop, which causes her to like lose her balance. So I try to lift the cone up, but then the minute I lift the cone up, it puts her into sport mode, and she tries to sprint up the stairs, and then she sprints faster than I can go, and then all of a sudden I let go of the cone, and she hits the stair really hard. It's a mess. It is a mess for another few days until she learns to stop licking. But hopefully it'll heal. And when she does get to the licking, there's nothing to crack open and to create a murder scene in the living room again. I had to buy a lot more OxyClean floor stuff. The subfloor in that living room is so screwed. Oh my god. I gotta recarpet everything. Animals. Okay. Oops, oh shoot, there's reset the chat. Everyone's still throwing birds at me, or do we get through the birds? Okay, there's that. Louie's got some stickers. Kelly Reed, happy birthday, HW. Is this market ever going to crash? So many bubbles and catalysts to ignite this thing. The top 10% of U.S. stocks now reflect 75% of U.S. equity market. This percentage has surpassed the previous record set before the Great Depression. Oh, when it does go, it's going to go in such a brutal, awful way. And the fact that we've basically eliminated any ability to counter it because we're being led by an absolute chode means that when it does hit, we are going to wallow for a very long time. There are pictures from the young Republicans like, the Roaring 20s are back. Oh yeah, what happened after the Roaring 20s, dipshit? like, woo! Yeah, useless consumerism is back, and then we're all living inside of Hoovervilles. So, get ready for the Trumpvilles, everybody. Turkish for the jingles. Barry's Bit and MMTLP updates? None that I know of. Tony Houston, what's the difference between a hippo and a zippo? One's really heavy, the other's a little lighter. Where's Jason been? Jason Blackwell should have been throwing that at us. Well, the entity, FBI class action to stop making a list of agents who investigated Trump and January 6ers. Yeah, that's basically endangering everybody's lives, right? Oh, here we have a whole bunch of violent Nazi insurrectionists. Let's tell them exactly who the investigators were who worked on their imprisonment. We're going to give them their home address, their family's names, their social security number, their hobbies, their likes, what car they drive. Yeah, this is all purely to kill off any opposition or anyone that could possibly hold the government accountable. You just kill them all, or get your followers to kill them, And done. Yay. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Stupid Ham. Yo, Houston. Great content as always. Cat tax, pig ear tax, GME tax. Hope everyone's going well. Happy birthday. Thank you. I think Monkey's had enough pig ears today. She is out like a light over there. Dennis Sullivan, a sovereign wealth fund is for countries with great mineral wealth, not for countries with big national debt. I mean, we have great mineral wealth. It's just that we don't have any national companies doing anything about it. Like, you know, we've got tons of oil, minerals. The 1872 mining law basically shows that the entire American West, which is owned by the federal government, is full of exploitable material. But we don't exploit it ourselves. We let somebody pay pennies on the dollar to exploit it. And then, you know, then they sell shares and that's that. Then they offshore the cash somewhere in Panama, and we're good. Citizen 54 calls on Luigi masks. Guy Fawkes, who? But seriously, I'm pretty sure buying a Luigi mask puts you on a list, so buy multiple. Guys, we need to fight full send. There's no going back. I'm all for a Luigi protest. Angie Strand, LYT stock going back up. I don't even know what LYT stock is. LYT share price. Lightus Technologies. It was at 59 cents, and after hours, it went to 36 cents. So whoever they are, obviously had some bad news. But the revenue looks like it's up 26%. The income is up 246%. Earnings per share is up 173%. Net profit is up 215%. So, I don't know who these people are, though. I don't know what they do. But looks steady. We got 5 days. 5 days going from 70 down to 60. 1 month from 90 on down. 6 months from 250 down to nothing. 1 year, we had a spike at $8 and something. And then Max, looks like they did some reverse splits in there because they had share price somewhere around $2,000 a share. So they must have done some sort of like 20-to-1 reverse split at some point. They're based in the UAE. I don't know what they do. But they make a profit. Do they just have like 8 bajillion shares? Let's see here. More about Lightus Technologies. Market cap's $13 million. So the market cap is only like a little more than twice their revenue. Yeah, I don't know what they do, who they are, what they do. None. So, I don't know. There you go. There's the quick dive into whatever that is. But it looks like their stock is not doing very well right now. So did they dilute? Did they make an announcement? Nothing's popping up. Okay. Judas Miami, first flight of illegal immigrants arrived at Guantanamo Bay today. No word if Elon Musk was on it. Yeah, isn't it great that Elon Musk is like tweeting about the plight of the poor white man in South Africa also right now? Like, bitch, why don't you go back to South Africa and fight for the white man? Leave us alone. Let him off. Thanks for coming on. I need a ray of light. Well, I don't know if I gave any rays of lights today. It's kind of pessimistic there at the beginning. Well, I mean, we had the glitch for BBBYQ. But everything else is kind of like, So, I do it with a smile. And we talk about birds. Citizen 54, glad I never bought into no labs. My portfolio is already meme stock graveyard. I have Schrodinger's portfolio. Jimmy D, Google is taking a shit in after hours, calling it February crash after OPEX. Google. Oh my. So went from 205 down to 190, so dropped $10 to $15. Someone did a great here. Look at this. So somebody perhaps bought at like $10 down. Where are we? At $15 down. Sold a few minutes later at exactly where the closing price was, and maybe bought back in at $20 down. God damn. So yeah. The market still has not come to terms with the fact that DeepSeek is superior technology that doesn't need to use all these chips. And these companies invested way too much money into this tech to produce something that isn't as good. So there's a lot of comeuppance that's to come about for this stuff. So, and Google is still facing, antitrust lawsuits, holdovers from the last administration. We'll see where it goes. After hours, not good. What's Apple doing after hours? APPL. Apple's doing okay after hours. Amazon took a shit after hours, so they dropped from 240 to 237. That's not too big a drop. So it's $5 drop. Who else would be in there? It's what's Nvidia doing? Nvidia actually didn't budge that much. Kind of steady as she goes. Weird. They're from 150 down to below 120 this last month. Interesting. Okay. All right. Citizen 54 of MOAS, would the money be safe in the USA? If not, where would you send it, assuming the USA is no longer safe due to fascist government, best country to bank in? I'll be honest. If I get a windfall at this point, I will probably be looking at an EU nation that would allow me to establish residency basically via dumping a bunch of money into a bank account in one of those countries. So Portugal, Spain, Greece, Italy, France, I don't know. So my money would probably go into euros at that point. Maybe if it's enough, like if it's a lot, maybe Swiss francs. I think to do that in Switzerland, I think you need $5 million. I don't know if any windfall I have will be at that level. But Portugal is 250,000. That's a little more doable, right? So Portugal, you invest 250,000, you put it into a government savings account. You earn interest on that, and then it gives you residency. And you only have to be in Portugal 7 days a year over the next 5 years. After 5 years, you can apply for permanent residency, passport, citizenship, things like that. And then all of a sudden, you are in the Shenzhen zone, and you've got yourself an EU passport, which is a nice, powerful passport to have. So, yeah, that's probably something, maybe spread it out. And for $100,000, you can get yourself like a Barbados passport. You can get like a Santa Lucia passport for like $250. There's things, there's some like gallivanting rich people that have a bunch of YouTube channels about how to do all this stuff. So I guess, if the wind comes along, time to watch a bunch of YouTube videos and figure out how to do it all. Dick Doink wants to pool our money and build an underwater society like BioShock. I could be a Splicer or a Big Daddy. The problem is the BioShock underwater community is a complete failure of libertarian philosophy and ideals. So it didn't really succeed. It briefly did, but no one wanted to take out the trash. They all wanted to be leaders. So, yeah. Avant Green. When are Democrats going to grow a pair? Voted blue for the last 20 years and feeling resentment towards them now more than ever. At this point, I want Elmo to go after Pelosi and Waters for being worthless. I find it amazing that Chuck Schumer is out there tweeting. He's like, man, Congress should really do something about this. Buddy, you are Congress. Do something about it. Like, what? Biden did the same thing. He'd be like, man, I really wish there was someone who could like solve this problem. Dude, you're president. That's your job. Go solve this problem, man. Don't leave it up to, hoping Superman comes along and does it for you. This is your job. Go out there and be a pain in the ass. Go out there and filibuster. Go out there and tell every single Democrat to not confirm any appointee that Trump has. Like my own Senator Maria Cantwell appointed this piece of crap at the Treasury. I'm mad as hell at Maria Cantwell. She sucks. Fuck you. Right? The very least you can do is be like, no. And then force it to go to J.D. Vance to have yet another 50-50 split vote on another useless piece of crap appointee. But no, I guess I'll vote yes. Screw you, John Fetterman. You douchebag. I mean, the fact that John Fetterman was like pro-workers' rights, leftist, got literal brain damage from a stroke, and all of a sudden he's like, Trump seems pretty cool, is all the proof you need for, like, that stupidity appeals to MAGA. Or MAGA appeals to stupidity, or whatever, whichever way you want to do it. The chicken and the egg there. Or not chicken and the egg, those things go. But man, and John Fetterman is definitely not a chicken. He's basically Big Bird without the feathers. But Big Bird has empathy, so I don't know what John Fetterman is at this point. Brain damage, Big Bird, I guess. Oh crap! It's time for me to go. Sorry for the short show. We'll do another show tomorrow. Where we'll probably have just as much weird news popping up, and there we are. Monkey Butt, anything to add? No? You're just gonna sleep on the floor? Monkey Butt's got nothing to add. Thank you, everybody. I'll catch you tomorrow. And enjoy your day. All right, cool. Let me do. It's not. Look at that. Look how bright it is outside. We can just do a regular intro, outro. It's been a week already. It's only Tuesday. Yes, Slow B has definitely. Yes. Okay. Bye, everyone. See you tomorrow.